Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, baby mums and baby dads, welcome back to another episode of Take It to the Rim podcast with myself, Russ, aka
What?
aka East and West, innit?
What does that even mean, bro?
It means
You're back with the Nets?
No, of course not, God forbid.
Okay.
I'm with the Mavs and East side. I mean, there's a team in the East I want to win, innit? Come out the East. I'm not saying I'm supporting them, but I'm just saying there's a team
Boston?
in the East. Oh, no.
Who?
No. Bucks.
Why? When did this happen?
Well, after obviously trade deadline, I had to make certain moves because, you know, like I said, I had to talk to the NBA league and all
So
that
you've
stuff.
jumped from not one team, but to two teams.
I'm not jumping to no. It's basically obviously I'm with the Mavs, yeah, all the way, yeah, all the way, yeah. As long as my boy Kyrie's there, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's a team that I want to come out of the East, would be the Bucks. I'm not saying I just want them to come out of the East. That's all.
I think you need to be arrested
Why?
for front running, bro.
No, I'm not. No,
Because Rodney, it's one thing to support the Nets when they got KD and Kyrie, and even James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing now to jump to the Mavs now that they have Luka and Kyrie.
I didn't jump to the Mavs. I got traded to the Mavs.
Yeah, cool. You put in a trade request. You didn't get traded. You put in a trade request, and they sent you where you wanted to go. That's fine.
Cool, 100%.
But to now say that you're supporting the Bucks.
No, I'm not supporting the Bucks.
So what is it?
I'm not supporting the Bucks, but I want them to come out East because I don't want it to be the Celtics.
Why?
I don't.
What's your beef with the Celtics?
There's too much racism in it.
And
I don't know, man. They just annoy me sometimes. Like I know I'm rooting for Tatum and that. It'd be nice to get the finals and that, but nah, man. I'm not trying to hear it
don't
anymore.
make no sense.
I just don't want the Celtics to come out the East. That's
okay.
all.
That's fine.
I prefer the Bucks to come out the East if it's gonna be anyone.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you introduce me?
And I'm here with LA's finest,
Uh-huh.
LA's most dangerous,
Mm-hmm.
the shooter. We got Clip and Cam in the building.
What's good?
So before we get into everything, as you guys are listening now on whatever platform or
device,
YouTube device, whatever, if you're listening to it on whatever, Apple Podcast, Spotify, sound, whatever, follow, like, and share it on the YouTube. Make sure you're subscribing. It's free. It doesn't take long. It's not hard. It doesn't cost you a penny. It takes like 1 minute. That's even
1 minute. It takes 1 second.
1 second. Just the red button there. Just subscribe and then just like the video.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're feeling grateful and you want to just share it out to everyone. Share it on social. Share it to friends. Everyone. You know what I mean?
You know,
especially when that's a basketball fan. Yeah?
As a wise man once said, it don't cost nothing to show a nigga love.
Exactly. Yeah. Who was that wise man?
It was a violin, innit?
Okay. I want to just say, before we dive straight into certain things, I want to say something that's been bothering me, and I need to bring it up.
Yeah.
Players, yeah, especially players who are up and coming,
Mm-hmm.
or solidifying themselves in this league, and just players in general, they need to stop doing interviews with Malika Andrews. It needs to stop right now.
It's not just her.
Right now. Taylor Rooks too.
Yeah. Yep.
Taylor Rooks, but I'm not even too like with her. It's like, okay, cool, like hold it there. But Malika has caused damage.
Yeah.
Damage to everybody.
Yeah.
that's the damage that she did. Players need to stop. If they need to stop talking to her, stop doing one-on-one interview. Do one-on-one interview with Stephen A. Because then you do that, I'm sure there'll be no cap. Yeah, like
nothing but the truth.
Honestly, I'm tired of it. I'm tired. First, Ja Morant, I'm fine in the West. Look what's happened. Look at what's happened.
He's not fine.
He's not fine. That fine is I'm fine in the West. You're the one trying to hold back the tears. Like, he knows he's pissed. once he saw NBA trade deadline, he was like, "Oh crap,
I said too much."
And then another brother has fallen, Anthony Edwards,
Falling for the trap. That's what it is.
falling for the trap. You need stop speaking to this woman in like the one-on-one interviews. Like, stop it. Stop. Speak to Doris, Stephen A. Jay Williams.
What did Ant say?
They asked him. I'm not gonna knock him too much about this because you should have this mentality.
You
as
should
a
have confidence
player
in yourself.
and should have confidence.
Yeah.
But obviously, asked like who's the best player in the NBA right now, and he said himself. It's not. he said himself. I know, you know, we know, and the whole league knows. He's not. So like, honestly, we know that one. Yeah, is confused because that mentality is but you can be honest. There's still Steph Curry there. There's still LeBron there.
This is just the West that he's listening about.
There's still Giannis. There's still just Jason Tatum.
Uh-huh.
There's people, Luka. All these. There's people.
Embiid, Jokic.
There's so many people who like, and we have to look at the facts. If you are the best player in the NBA, you should be in the front runner for MVP. You should be spoken about. Your name should be in that mix. Yep. Your name should be in that mix. If you're not up for, and granted that Anthony Edwards, since he's come in, he's one of two players in that draft who has improved every single season.
He actually
across
has.
the board,
Yeah,
everything. So I'm like, okay, cool. I hear it because you're on the rise. But like I say, it don't cost a thing to show a nigga love.
You can do that in private though. If I don't know. I feel like again, like you said, I like the confidence.
Yeah, 100%. I like the confidence.
And you know what? Because of the fact that he has consistently improved his game, each year he comes with something a little bit different to add to his bag, and you can see he's growing as a player.
Yeah.
But come on, don't set yourself up for. I'm not saying I don't think you can be a failure anyway.
Yeah.
You've made it to the NBA. You've done something that most people can't do. But don't set yourself up for now the media to come and tear you back down and start bringing up quotes or when it comes playoff time, guys are bringing up quotes saying, "I thought you were the best player in the league."
Yeah, sure.
What's going on? Also, if you're the best player in the league, I don't know. I feel like you probably shouldn't be the 8th seed, innit? Like if we're being honest, Minnesota's team aren't like us as well. I know they've had a lot of injuries. Cat has missed quite a lot of time.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Gobert, which kind of took away from your team. You've now traded D'Lo to LA.
Yeah.
You got Matt Conley there. I mean, you're still, in my opinion, you're still a good enough team to go and do something. You don't need to be putting a target on your back yet, man. Yeah, this is what his 3rd year in the league.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see it though, innit? That's the thing. Like, I'm saying this, but in the playoffs last year, he was looking like not the best player in the league, but he was looking like one of the elite players in the league.
Yeah, and he was literally like, he was the player who really stepped up for his team. Like 100%. He didn't have a bad performance. He went out there and done what he did. But now this is obviously he's gonna put like a small target back because now in the next few years we're going to see what's going on. Because now you've said that next year you should be an all-star starter.
He's not going to be, but that's tough.
But best player in the league, right? All-star starter. He's got to do a mad thing. And then for Malika,
mad girl,
I got a little 4-bar for her because I believe she needs to hear this, and I believe there needs to be a movement for this. Not to take away anything with her job and all that stuff. Like, cool, do what you're doing. Granted, every time she speaks, I turn off the TV.
Okay.
But just a little 4-bar for Malika, yeah? Mad girl Malika, we not see ya. We not need ya. See ya later. Get out. Like, stop doing these interviews because she's baiting them. But that's all. Just warning players, please stop doing one-on-one interviews with Malika Andrews. Yeah. Like, if it's her, say I'm not doing it. Bring me Stephen A. Because that's going to be more interesting. Because he's going to call you out as well. He's going to call you out. So, boy, just a little public service announcement for you guys. 'Cause I'm tired of it. Moving on swiftly. So there's been a lot of chitter and chatter about the All-Star weekend, especially about the All-Star game. There is quite a lot to speak on that. Do you want to start with the All-Star game first or the side
Let's
events?
start with the actual All-Star game itself.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jaylen Brown said that it's not a game, it's a glorified layup line. The media was saying that a lot of people were saying it was boring. It's not as competitive as it used to be, and all this stuff. And I was also seeing as well, and I saw it on TikTok and stuff, and it's like the NBA All-Star Game 2018 and 2020. They were great All-Star games. It was competitive, safe. It was good. Like there was nothing, like players weren't going super hard, but there was at least making competitive.
Yeah.
In those 2 years. Since then, it's kind of been like dying and it's been boring. So, what are your thoughts? I have some thoughts on this.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on
So,
the All-Star game?
as a fan watching it, it was one of the worst productions I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Do you know how long, like, bro, bear in mind, like, we're based in the UK anyway, so I'm up late to watch this game on a Sunday. You know, I got work the next day. So, I'm there tuned in, the pre-production, all that stuff. I see Ernie interviewing, TNT guys are talking to people.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they bring out, they do the whole draft. I like the draft. The draft, to me, I like that.
really
I like the way
good.
they did that. But then within 10 minutes, I want you guys to start playing the game.
Yeah.
Why are we then coming to see National Anthem? Then I'm seeing Post Malone perform. And I'm like, what are the NBA players doing while all this is going on? Just sitting there getting cold. Like, what? I get it's an exhibition game. It's not supposed to be crazy intense.
By the way, just quickly on the draft, certain people's possible 3-time MVP.
Nearly got picked last.
Yeah, and he had to be a little thirsty boy and literally force himself. Obviously,
LeBron was going to pick him anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, but the way he went,
Yeah.
That's mad.
It's just, I don't like the way there was so many advert stoppages before the game even started.
Yeah.
By the time the game started, like, I imagine loads of people were just like, okay, like, finally we're underway. And then for knowing full well that guys weren't going to give 100%, I'd say the year that Kobe passed, RIP, guys, I'd say were giving about 90%.
Yeah.
It might have started a bit lower than that, but by the end of the game, I'd say they were playing very, very close to 95%. No one was fouling anyone or anything like that crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, they were trying to win the game, innit? And it was competitive. And there were a few years after that. I remember the ending of one of them, I think even the year after that, where LeBron and KD were double teaming Steph in the corner.
Yeah, that was, I think that was 20, when was that, 2020, 2018, 2020, 2020. They was in white.
Yeah. I can't remember which one it was, but it might have been 2019 even. I think KD and Steph were still teammates. I think it was 2019.
Yeah, there was, yes.
So, you know, I'm seeing that happen, and I'm like, okay, well, cool. You know, like, I think the All-Star game could have been saved. And I don't know what it was. I think I do know what it was. The older guys don't care. I think there's a lot of guys who appreciate being an All-Star but have no interest in actually playing in the game.
Yeah, like Giannis. Literally went in, scored a dunk, came out.
But in fairness, he was injured. Like, even that was like, okay, cool. I think the concept of, you know, playing an NBA game mid-season for an exhibition is tough, because guys will never commit to being truly competitive, will they?
Yeah.
They can't, because if they get hurt, they're finished. You know, and who's gonna be the person to say
the same people, fans and media that'll be saying it was boring competitive will be the same people saying he shouldn't have gone as hard.
100%.
It shouldn't have gone.
And it's a fact. It's a fact. I feel like with the All-Star game, it's very, very difficult to get guys to play at 100% unless there's something that they care about on the line. And I don't know what they can do to bring it back. What do you think?
I think. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't expect guys to go super, you know, because, like I say, it's middle of the season. You want to rest up. You don't want no injuries, nothing to happen. Because if now players are going at, let's say, they should keep it at like between 80 to 90%. If it goes above that, and there's proper defense, someone lands on someone's foot, ankle done, and he's out for 2 weeks or more, or it's just a risk. But what actually in the All-Star game, like the only good moments was when Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown was going at it back to back. That was fun to see.
Yeah.
That was nice. That sort of put on a feet. Then that shouts to me, okay, bun this All-Star game, or if you're gonna do it, limit it, for example, like 5-minute calls or something like that. But it just makes more sense just to do an actual tournament, like 3-on-3, 3-on-3 or 2-on-2 or 1-on-1. I say 3-on-3 or 1-on-1.
Yeah, and do like a, you know, that drill where in, like, if you're coaching, for instance, you'll have 3 teams set up on the court, one at halfway,
Yeah, one at half. Yeah.
and it's like winner stays on. If you score, come back down the other end, try and go get
Exactly.
a bucket. Something like that might change it up a bit, make it a bit more interesting.
I think literally do that, or like even make multiple teams. Do it like literally like these UCLA runs, because there's how many players in each also how much is about what?
So between 12 and 15 with all the injuries and like
That's in each like East and West basically, or
between both of them, I'd say there's between 24 and 30 guys that are there.
So if there is like, for example, 25, 5 captains, 5 teams of 5, full court, let's say like is up to a certain amount of buckets or a certain amount of minutes, winner stays on, winning team, boom.
The way they should do it is the same way that the and we'll get into it in a minute, but the Rising Stars was done.
Yeah.
Where they have
that
four teams.
Yeah.
And I say you get 4 or 5 teams, get it to as close to where we haven't got subs like that. Like subs, there's no point because you want, if anyone's playing, you want to see them play the whole time. You don't want them to be chopping and changes.
Exactly.
Let's say do 4 teams, everyone, and then there'll be 4 captains. Yeah, everyone drafts 5 extra players, and then that way you'll see a lot of difference in the type of teams that are available to you. Because when you have the starters and then the reserves, but then you look at it and the starters always play less than the reserves because the starters are never bothered. It's a bit different. But if you do a team of 6 where, let's say, LeBron's a captain and he has to pick from guys like, I mean, probably not Giannis or Steph, but let's say who was one of the starters, for instance, like Embiid,
Jaylen Brown,
Embiid, Jaylen Brown,
Kyrie,
Embiid, Tatum, guys like that.
Yeah.
Let's say he got to pick Jason Tatum number 1, then his next pick would be Shea or something like that. You start seeing a lot of different combinations of guys, and then you tell them first to 20, first to 21.
Yeah,
literally play it like that. Yeah, so, and play. You can still play full court if you want to. I just think you'll see a different kind of pace to the game, a different change, because no one's bothered in these All-Star games.
I'll say full court.
I think another thing that would make it more interesting as well is if you scrap the whole coaches bullshit, because they don't do nothing anyway.
Take the coach out.
Pick one of the. I think whoever the captain is should be the coach as well.
Yeah,
be a player coach and make, because if I take away the responsibility of having to make loads of subs because you've only got 5 or 6 players max, you're only bringing up one guy at most. What do you need to do?
Exactly, and being up to 21 is calm. That, as I say, that format will be good, and then obviously, like I say, they play. If there's 4 teams, let's say if there's 4 teams, boom, 2 play, then the last 2 go forward to the final, and then boom, and then let's say the losing 2, so there'll be first, second, first place, so they play for 3rd place.
Yeah.
So then do that, and then
because
it makes it better.
I just think no one's bothered to see 48 minutes of whatever the hell they were doing out there.
Honestly, it was literally just layup lines. There was no defense.
No defense.
Nothing. So it's like you need to literally, like I say, do the Rising Stars format, scrap the coaches, make it like that, because that will actually improve much more, because then guys will then start taking it a bit personal. I'm not saying they'll go super hard, but now if you're getting cooked and he scored like 10 straight, you're thinking, no, I gotta get cooking, or I gotta lock this. And it's not like you're gonna be doing mad defense, but it's gonna be decent defense, good offense. Like, it will be a good balance, because nobody wants to be out there getting scrubbed during All-Star and everyone else,
100%.
including players, are looking at you. So it will be good. So I think that format will actually change things, and that will be a better format to do. So I think that's what they should. NBA, if you hear this, we want to...
Bro, the thing is, you can even scale it down even more. You can keep the same 24 guys, 12 12 from each conference and say we're gonna do 4 teams of 6, or 8 teams of. In fact, even better, do 8 teams of 3, and have half court games going at the exact same time.
Yeah, you could do that.
I just think as a fan of the game, yeah, all I cared about was looking at the highlights of what happened at the end of it, because all the other stuff in between is just way too slow. Guys aren't sprinting. Guys not really doing a great deal of anything. Like you said, the Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum thing was probably the most interesting thing to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, also it does make a massive difference. Steph wasn't even in the building. He wasn't the only All-Star that wasn't there. Someone else wasn't there as well. There was another guy who made it and just wasn't there. Steph wasn't even in the building. It's crazy. They were doing his intro. He wasn't even there.
That's mad.
Giannis was hurt, so he played. He got one dunk. Literally dunked right at the beginning of the game. Then got off.
Yeah.
LeBron hurt himself eventually and checked out of the game. He was gone. So now, all of a sudden, from when I'm excited to see 3 guys, one of them wasn't even there. The other 2 didn't play the whole game anyway. Like, it in my opinion, it makes a massive, massive difference. Also, I feel like, so in the NFL, for instance, there's the Pro Bowl, yeah? Guys who make the Pro Bowl will either, unless your team makes it to the Super Bowl, that's how it used to be anyway. They've changed the way that is kind of still how it goes. Unless you make it to the Super Bowl, you're eligible to play in this game, innit?
Yeah.
And then guys like Tom Brady, who had made the Pro Bowl so many times, he's like, I can't be asked. I think, I'm not saying they should put age limit on it, but I really do think you should just be an honorary All-Star and say, I'm going to bow out and let this other guy play because I don't have any interest in doing it. I think the worst thing that I saw about this All-Star game was that even the young guys didn't look that excited to play it.
Exactly.
And I saw some clown on social media screaming and shouting, yelling about how, shut your mouth, be humble. Da-da-da. I think you sent it to me even, saying, yo, shut your mouth, be humble. Like, this is your first All-Star. You've got no accolades. Like, just be grateful to be there. And I was like, hang on for a second, big man. Like you need to relax, innit? Like,
that's a bit mad.
Like, I think he was referring to Shay even.
Okay. Yeah,
but,
it might have been.
But bro, like, let's be honest. Everyone watching it knew it was arse cheeks.
Exactly. Yeah.
The guys, the youngest guys are probably the guys that are gonna like play with the. I wanted to say something, but it's a pause moment. Guys who are gonna play with like the most enthusiasm anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Jokic came out and said afterwards he's not built for this game. Like he doesn't know what to. He said it in previously. He doesn't know what to do. There's way too many guys around there. He doesn't know what to do. You know, he's not playing his regular style of basketball because the ball's not in his hands. Like it's a lot of guys just having to play a different type of game. If you play that the way I was saying with the 5-on-5, if Jokic hasn't got a Giannis and an Embiid on his team and a LeBron on his team, he's gonna have to be a bit more, aggressive. And I'm not saying that the other All-Stars won't be good, but he'll be paired up with guys like it'll be him and then probably Anthony Edwards, like someone who's a bit, again, they're all All-Stars, so it doesn't. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying Anthony Edwards is the greatest, the best player in the NBA right now. He's not as good as Jokic, in it. So I just feel like people would have to defer on it. I think that's probably the biggest issue with a lot of these guys. They don't know what to do because like I don't defer on my team, you know. But again, it's just for entertainment. This is for charity. Also, like the charity aspect of it at one point, I think mattered a little bit, but it just seems to. I really didn't like this All-Star there. Also, it was in Utah. Yeah. Shaq and Chuck were taking the piss. Did you see what they said on the max? Charles Barkley, like, these people going to heaven. They ain't nothing to do in Utah. Shaq's like, I ain't never eaten this much room service in my life. But these brothers, there's nothing to do out there, innit? Like
nothing to do there.
I think the energy is different when you got All-Star in New York, LA, like the bigger cities. I'm not saying everyone should have their own opportunity to host because it brings in money to that city, to that team, whatever. Yeah. I get it, but bro, no one wants to see that.
Like it was bare people were just saying, like there was nothing to do in Utah. Like you don't even want to go anyway.
Yeah.
I think I can't remember who it was who said it. The guy that's always with Gilbert Arenas on his podcast. I can't remember his name.
The Josiah Johnson.
Yeah. How can you say he went to Utah and he breathed in and was like, this air was too Caucasian. He's like, he needed some seasoning in this air.
Bro, like we've spoken about Utah as a city before. Is Utah even a city? Yeah, is it? It might be a state, you know.
Yeah,
I think Utah is a state. We spoke about Utah as a place before, and how we don't really mess with it for reasons that we've spoken about before with their fans and stuff, and how they don't know how to behave. But it just didn't look like it banged. Like the players didn't really look like they wanted to be there. It looked cold as shit. Like
this is. This is one of the worst All Stars, and it happened to be one of the worst places.
I think there's a correlation, to be honest.
That's the thing. Nobody wanted to be there because even last year wasn't this bad. Like last year was still cool.
I can't remember where it was last year. I'll look that up. One idea.
No, I can't remember.
That's not a bad shout.
Or was it Chicago?
One thing I was thinking about though was that they could. I don't think the All-Star game, if they're not going to change the format of the way it's done or anything like that, I don't think it needs to be on Sunday. Also, it definitely does not need to be so late though.
Yeah.
Like I think the main reason that NBA has late games on Sundays in general is because the NFL is on. But the NFL season is long done, bro. The Super Bowl it was the week before.
Yeah.
There's no reason for this All-Star game to start at 8 p.m. on a Sunday. Because do you see the viewership? Like they were saying, of the 3 major sports they have in America, this NBA All-Star game had the lowest views out of all of them.
Yeah.
Out of the Pro Bowl, which everyone was complaining about was us. Out of the MLB All-Star game as well. Like, that's embarrassing, man. The thing is, Adam Silver's one of those guys. He doesn't like if he sees stuff like this. He's like, you know what? Yeah, we need to do better. Hang on, I'm trying to find out where this was.
I say, like, you know what? Even if you take suggestions from fans and then mold it into your own, at least it'll make it. Because at the end of the day, it's us who's watching, and it will be more entertaining. Like, literally, what we've said with the 4 teams and such, that literally alone, if they just copied even the Rising Stars format, I think that alone would be, honestly, that'd be better.
Definitely,
that will improve it immediately.
It was in Cleveland last year.
Cleveland,
and that's not even a one place, but people seem a bit more excited to be there.
Oh yeah, because then LeBron hit the game-winning shot as well. So yeah, Cleveland was even better, man. And that's when Curry went crazy. So it was like, it was actually exciting. It was mad. So
one thing I would say though, like, I do think the players that make the All-Star, and this could be down to the coaches, because the players that make the All-Star game aren't the most exciting to watch. Like, I didn't really care to see DeMar DeRozan. Didn't really care. Paul George was my team. I did not care to see him at the All-Star game. Larry Markkinen was the hometown hero. I never thought he was going to win MVP until Tatum started jacking up hella shots.
Yeah, he was never going to.
Tatum started really bad. So I remember this is like his first 3 or 4. Yeah, and he was like, this ain't going to stop me.
Turn it up.
I got my new shoe on. This ain't going to stop me. We about to get some photos of this one. It just didn't really bang in my opinion, man.
Yeah, it didn't bang, man. It didn't bang at all. So the format of the All-Star game definitely needs to change.
100%.
NBA, I suggest you take our suggestion. Just in return, just give us little access with things. You know?
Same way you listened to KD about the draft, and everyone said that was a good idea.
Yeah, man.
Listen to us now, man. He was on a podcast. We're on a podcast.
I'm telling you, and we don't want much. Just a little coverage and that, little shout out.
Just give us a cheeky flat out there to the next one, innit? We'll make sure it runs smoothly. Don't worry about that.
Exactly. Literally, we work in a team. You know, come on, good work experience.
Exactly.
Is there anything else you want to say about the All-Star game?
I have nothing else to say about the All-Star game. I have other things to say about the All-Star weekend.
So rest of the All-Star weekend. So where should we go?
We'll start in chronological order of the way everything happened.
Okay, cool.
So skills challenge, straight booty as well.
Yeah, that was us.
Stop letting the Antetokounmpo brothers.
Stop.
Do this. They are not, bro. They are not skilled players, man.
No,
like zero skill is coming out of that bloodline. Okay, I respect Giannis for his abilities, but he didn't even do it because he was hurt. And I get you already said they're gonna do it, but his brothers. Do you know what the thing is? Yeah, passing they were fine. The obstacle course they were okay.
Shooting, innit?
The shooting was awful, bro. If Drew Holiday was not on that team, yeah, I don't think they would have made a shot. I don't think anyone else made a shot apart from Drew. I think Giannis' older brother, Thanasis, I think he hit a 3. No, I think he hit a mid-range drop shot. It was so embarrassing to watch. So embarrassing to watch.
And I can't, you're an NBA player, and I'm sorry, but no excuse, there's a lot of free time. Because I've been hearing how many people say, as NBA, there's a lot of free time from rookies to all different.
Especially for him, he don't play.
Exactly. So, what are you doing? What are you working on?
What are you doing?
Are you really working on your game because
what are you
really and truly you're there because of your brother? Let's be honest. Let's call it what it is.
Facts.
And obviously, Milwaukee want to keep Giannis happy, so they say, you know, cool, we'll pay you a little change, and you know what I mean, which is cool.
Even his younger brother's on the G League team though.
Yeah, on the Milwaukee G League team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's it? No, Costas.
I think I don't know if that was Alex or Costas. Either way,
There was one that was
booty
Boomer, there
cheeks,
was one that
bro.
was on the Lakers, and then
I don't. He didn't look like that one. I think he was the youngest one.
Okay, yeah, the Alex. Oh, yeah. So it's like you've got a lot to at least be grateful for the opportunity your brother's great and work on your game. Like if your brother, who is one of the best players in the league,
Yeah, top 3.
some considered even the best player in the league,
I think he probably is, to be honest.
he still works hard on his game, on his physical abilities and his physique.
Even his
like,
shooting has gotten better as well.
Exactly. So what are you
He's
doing?
rebounding for Giannis.
Fam. But it makes this is what I don't understand. Like, do you know, it's because it's not like it is a handout because like it's been served on a plate. I don't know if the need to work where it's like, why don't you just do it? Because then obviously Giannis is going to be in the league for a long time. And you'll be there right with him because it's going to make him happy. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But at least be useful. Like, I don't even see.
Yeah.
Does he even play?
Nah, not really. Unless like they're absolutely blowing someone out. He's the only time I really see him get he's doing anything on TV is when there's like a slight scuffle. He's very
Active, yeah.
He's just on the bench, and I don't know. I agree with you though, but that was straight booty cheeks.
Yeah,
Like I don't want to see
cheeks.
them as a collective there anymore. No, because they're not good at it. Innit? It'll be different if they were good at it, but they're not good at it. They're not fun to watch because they're missing bare shots. Like
I'm sure I'd make more shots than them.
I think I definitely would have 100%. And again, Drew Holiday was there, and he was just like, "Yo, these niggas are trash." Like I feel like I could see it in his face.
Yeah, he's like, "You're honest, man. Like,
100%.
Tell your brothers about to pattern up, man.
100%.
Come on, tell your brothers."
So that was us. It was the rookies are pretty entertaining to watch. To be fair,
Right, so yeah. They're all cool. They're all good to watch.
And then again, the winners of it were the team of whatever city the game was hosted. Utah won.
Oh yeah, of course.
Team Utah won. Jordan Clarkson was defo baked. I don't care what anyone says. That guy was high. I don't know where he got it from because I heard it's difficult to find a supplier in Utah. That guy, he still had his gold teeth in. He had a chain on. His shirt was untucked. The guy was looking nuts. Okay?
It's All-Star weekend, man. Let loose. Let loose.
I say let loose if you're playing. If you're in an All-Star game, I think you should play in it. Like, sorry, if you're playing in an All-Star game, I think you should let loose. If you're not playing an All-Star game, you got things to work on. You know? So, whatever. But again, yeah, straight booty cheeks. Wasn't very fun to watch. Roll on to the next event. 3-point shooting contest. Again, seems to be...
It's kind of the same, man.
No, but it's entertaining to watch because of the way the game has changed now. That is one of the highlights of NBA games.
The deep shots as well.
100%. 100%. The fact that like I'm sure at one point like the lowest score used to be like in single digits, and now gradually it's getting close to 20. Tatum got knocked out and he made 20.
Yeah,
he had 20. I think Markkinen had the same 20 and got knocked out. But Dame Dollar won.
Yeah.
It's good to see though. I can't lie. It's good to see. One thing I have to say, Tyrese Halliburton did really, really well, but his jump shot is so ugly.
He got
so
like
ugly.
31 or something like that. The first or 30, like he got high.
He had the highest score in the first round.
But his form is just. But if it goes in, it goes in. But
no, 100. But it's so ugly to watch. Like good for Halliburton though, but ugly as hell to watch. Dunk contest.
Let's talk about it.
It's fitting that a white boy won in Utah. You know?
No, but he's been like even in school. There was just one of the best highest in game dunkers, isn't it? Like, so I mean that one I'm not surprised.
I'll be wholeheartedly honest. Yeah, I didn't know if he was really like that. Not in terms of like if he was athletic like that. I didn't know if he was good, and I still don't know if he's actually good at being a good basketball player. Because when you're of that demographic of people and you live in those places, yeah. You also play against other people of the same demographic in the same places, isn't it?
True.
And
not as athletic.
But 100%. If you're an anomaly in that bag, you're gonna shine a lot harder than those other guys.
100%.
I like even now watching some certain brothers' high school mixtapes today. Guys who are still in high school, and they're playing against this demographic of people. You know, they're embarrassing them, innit? Putting up big numbers, but will it translate to the league? We don't know. So. Again, I knew he was athletic. I've seen him dunk before, but
he was decent in the G League, though.
I've heard this as well. But he was on the Lakers for a short period of time.
Yeah,
they didn't seem to want to keep him. Went to the G League team, and then he's bounced around a little bit. He was at Delaware. Is that correct?
I think so.
And then now he got picked up by the 76ers just before like the All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
Like just before. So he's going to be on their team. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get minutes or not. I think it's worth signing him just purely off the fact that he won the dunk contest anyway.
Yeah.
But bro, yeah, confirm.
Shut up as well.
Huh?
His followers shut up.
Oh, 100%.
Crazy.
I saw that the G League team that he was on, apparently their ticket sales have gone through the roof since, and he's not even playing there anymore. So shout out to you for bringing awareness to the G League and whatnot.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the actual dunk contest itself. First thing, Jericho Sims.
Terrible.
You need to leave the league, bro. You need to leave the league. I have to say it.
He's got so much hops as
Bro, it's crazy.
He's got stupid hops, and the dunks he performed were absolute cheeks.
The first one was I was like, yeah, cool. You know what? That's impressive. The second one though, you're taking the piss.
The honey dip.
Yeah, but the first one was the
double honey dip.
The alley-oop, yeah, double honey dip. I was like, that's I haven't seen that before.
Cool.
Left one didn't get in as much, but who am I to talk? I can't touch a river. It doesn't even matter. But big man, you come back on the second dunk and you do a one-handed honey dip, and you take a little. Someone stuck something to the rim, to the net. You take it off and say, hey, "Give me a 50, please." How much of a big you are, bro? How much of a big you are? One lacks like I think he should have been given a 0 for the lack of creativity for doing the same dunk but worse.
I think downgraded dunk.
I think the fact that you had the audacity to say that was a 50, it's beyond disappointing. 3. Sorry, we've seen you jump. We know you can jump very high. Why don't you just raise the rim and do a dunk?
Yeah,
take it up to 12 feet. If you could, the thing is, he gets his head to the rim and he's like 6'10", 6'11". So without a shadow of a doubt, you can dunk very easily on a 12-foot rim.
Yeah.
Go do a windmill. I don't know if you can do a windmill. Go do a reverse pump or something interesting. A 360 on a 12-foot rim, you'll get yourself a 50.
Yeah.
Such a lack of creativity. It looked like he hadn't rehearsed. The thing is, again, another guy who doesn't play big minutes. What preparation was that?
Like you could have brought some awareness to yourself.
Something.
You know what? Let's give him minutes since he.
Something.
Like it's crazy.
Something. You play for the Knicks as well, bro. MSG. You're telling me if you don't come back with a dunk contest championship, they're gonna want to pay you a bit more just because that means the ticket sales will probably go up a bit more.
Yeah.
I know for a fact Obi Toppin has benefited crazy from winning the dunk contest last year.
100%.
Crazy from it. So yeah, he straight cheeks. You should leave the league today.
He says leave the league.
Who else was in the dunk contest outside of the two guys that are in the final?
Trey,
Trey,
McClung and
Trey Murphy the third, but then
Jericho's and Trey Murphy.
there was one more person.
I can't remember.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I need to find it. Who is it?
I'm really trying to think, Why can't I remember who it was? That's not good. Kenyon Martin Jr. That's who it was.
There we go.
Kenyon Martin Jr.
Yeah.
He really underwhelmed people. The thing is, he's everyone's seen him jump. I've seen him posterize people in game, but there's a difference between being an in-game dunker and a dunk contest dunker.
Yeah,
I think Jericho Sims is an in-game dunker. I don't think he hasn't got the flair or the creativity. Kenyon Martin Jr. I think should have been a good dunk contest dunker. I don't know what happened. Because his first dunk, I know he was trying. Also, it's about hitting it, like getting it on the first time. They made a big deal about that. The first dunk, it was very impressive, but you didn't do it on the first time. But I still would have given him like a 40. I still would have probably given him a 9 or an 8.5. I don't really mind. So unlucky to him, but it just didn't seem to translate. And I'll be honest, the other two guys were just better. Yeah, Trey Murphy was impressed the fuck out of me.
Yo, did you see when he done that through the legs?
Yeah.
Alice himself catch windmill.
Yeah.
That
impressed the fuck out of me.
Yo, I was like, what?
The only thing that let him down was that because Mac McClung was doing a lot of mad shit, I don't think he was ready.
I think even McClung's first dunk he was just like, he got 50s.
But he didn't get 50 on one of them. The thing about McClung is because he's shorter, all his dunks look more impressive than Trey Murphy's. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, don't sleep on that. Trey Murphy can fucking jump, bro.
Yeah.
He can jump. So I feel like he's highlighted for himself a bit more that because I thought he was just a 3-point shooter, if I'm honest with you. I didn't know I seen dunks of him in the season. I seen him jump, and I'm like, that's quite impressive. But watching him dunk, I was very impressed, bro. He did the Vince Carter I don't know if it's a reverse. It was like going the opposite way, 360 windmill.
I think so, yeah.
But it just came at a bad time, man. If you started with that, I think you would have got a bit more love. But because you finished with that, and then Matt McClung was doing mad
even
shit
the
by the
fact that
final.
even he self through the legs, that one was more impressive. I was like, that was a flipping good dunk.
He's on some
But
shit.
McClung went first, jumped over 2 people, boom, done it again. But when he jumped over,
He did the backboard.
yeah, backboard.
That's disgusting. And reverse.
That was disgusting. That was reversing it. It went backboard.
He jumped over to backboard and then
reversed it. And then after he jumped, hesitation dunk, boom.
Yeah, nuts.
Then the last one, like 360, like that was just crazy. He wanted to
came
win
prepared.
it.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he
Though.
came prepared,
You
wanting
can tell
to
a
win.
big difference between a guy like him and a guy like Jericho Sims, who I think he probably just, I don't know what he thought in it. None of that shit was impressive to me.
So terrible.
But and the fact that Matt McClung's head was at the rim and I don't know how, I think he's like 6'2" max. That guy can fly, man. Like, he can really, really jump.
Yeah, and you see the guy that PJ Performance, or I can't remember him, but he's a trainer, and he was working with McClung on his hops and doing all that work and everything. Yeah, now bro, everyone's flipping gone to do that program. They're like, yo, I want to jump on McClung. That's the sort of thing you want to see. So
I was gonna say, Trey Murphy, his first dunk, I personally like that because he got Alvarado involved in it. He had Alvarado pretend to steal the ball from him, throw it off the backboard. And he did. McClung.
Yeah, 6'2". Crazy.
Yeah. No, I like the fact that those two look like they spent some time actually thinking about what they're gonna do as opposed to just showing up saying, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, true.
It was enjoyable. And then I forgot to mention. So I know we kind of touched on it before, but the Rising Stars, I think they hit that on the with a nail on the head. I slightly like the fact you brought some G League guys into it as well because some of those, like, some people were complaining about it a little bit, but for me, I was like, some of those, especially because it's G League and like those guys are gonna be in the draft, innit? You need to get them a bit more exposure, let people get an idea into who they are.
It's true.
I saw, Scoot's team didn't win their game, innit? But let me tell you what, that guy looks pretty good, innit?
Yeah,
like
Scoot.
You'd only seen him against, the toughest competition I've seen him playing against is when they played against Victor Wembanyama's team.
Yeah.
So seeing him in this is kind of like a little bit, okay, like, how do you fare against other guys who are around your age in the league? He looks better than a fair few of them, I ain't gonna lie, man.
He does.
I ain't gonna lie. And he's crazy athletic. I know, I think I said he was like Ja Morant, but like slightly turned down. But I don't think I could give him that one anymore.
That was Jaden Ivey.
That was Jaden Ivey, okay.
Yeah, Jaden Ivey. That was Jaden Ivey.
With I don't think Scoot is like Ja. I think he's, to me anyway, he looks more like young Derrick Rose.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see that.
Because he's not slim, innit? Like, he's not, I'm not saying he's like Wham or anything like that, but he's not as slim and slender as Ja Morant is, isn't it? He seems to be a bit more war ready, shall we say?
Yeah.
Like Derrick Rose was, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Derrick Rose wasn't like hench or anything like that, but you know, he looked like he could fight a few guys. So no, it's something to look forward to. I'll be honest, seeing the younger guys in it.
Yeah, it was nice, man. I wish Wemby was there, but
100%. But you know,
would've been lovely.
is maybe that's something they can think about doing next time as well.
Yeah.
So out of 10, what would you give All Star Weekend as a whole?
As a whole, as a whole, I'm gonna give it like a 6, 5/6.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 4.
fair enough.
I think the highlight was the dunk contest.
Yeah,
The thing about that is, I know the next one's gonna be straight cheeks because it's so difficult to get that one to be good, especially after. One thing that the judge is so harsh on is like, oh, I've seen that before, but bro, we've been doing this for
years.
For 50 something. I don't know if it's 50 something years. I don't know when the first dunk contest was. Probably in the 80s. So, like, understand it's very difficult to keep coming up with new dunks that no one's seen.
Okay, cool. So, this is what I'm also proposing as well.
Yeah,
is that is tough to do because it would put more work on the people to enter a dunk contest.
Yeah.
But I think these actual professional dunkers, okay, first of all, pay these guys.
Yeah.
Bring them in because they do this stuff where they're working on different creative mad dunks every single day. So you could do a dunk contest between them, and then the winner obviously gets prize. Or let's say if there's 4, let's say you could just prize from 1 to 4 because you could break down, even if it was like breaking down 100K between 4. That's still decent. You know, I know what, 50, 25, 10, 5, whatever. Do it sort of that way. Then the winner of that dunk contest can then compete in the actual NBA dunk contest now as well.
Yeah.
So now it puts a bit of pressure on these guys where like, listen, there's a pro dunker, so you're gonna have to try and really also be creative yourself. Put them in now, because now that's competition. You're gonna see that. So it's either you can do that where they can enter, or you just make the dunk contest with pro dunkers straight.
Yeah, facts.
So I think that will keep the dunk contest on high, because like these ones, you're not going to see these all the time. Like I say, Zach Levine, Aaron Gordon. Yeah, that was like the last.
I think that was probably the best one. People were debating it, but to me, like
that's
a lot of these other ones in it, there wasn't two guys who kept dropping 50, 50, 50. And there were guys dropping 50 but weren't deserving 50s, in it. Like even Aaron Gordon, he got robbed.
Yeah, he got robbed. That's the Wayne Wade's fault. Gave him a 9.
I just remembered, by the way, you just reminded me. KD was another guy who was on the All-Star. Did not even, she wasn't even there.
He didn't show up in it. Yeah, he didn't show.
What's he showing up for? You don't care about that shit. He was in Phoenix, man, chilling. He ain't trying to go from Phoenix to Utah. That's wild. Yeah, so while we're talking about the dunk contest and we're here. So
Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
He said something which was, I hear his point, but it was also outrageous. Just because it's okay. So he has said LeBron James is responsible for ruining the dunk contest.
Yes,
because he never competed in a dunk contest and didn't do it. It gave a pathway for other players to also take that same high road with the dunk contest. So, thoughts?
100% correct. There's no word of a lie coming out of Stephen A. Smith's mouth in that. I'm so sorry. Because I've seen probably like 3 or 4 of the top 10 all-time NBA players do the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Mike's done it. Kobe's done it. You know, already that's a couple of guys out my top 5 anyway. I understand. I think LeBron didn't do it because I don't think
Has Magic Johnson done it?
Who?
Magic Johnson.
Oh, God, no. What? Magic?
Okay, so why can't we say him either?
Because
6ix9ine hops.
Who had hops?
Magic.
What's Magic's like signature dunk?
Yeah, but still.
No. Let me tell you. We're talking about dunk. What's Magic's signature dunk? He ain't got one. Thank you very much. If I say what's LeBron's signature dunk, you know what LeBron's signature. You know what Mike's signature dunk is.
Yeah.
Even Kobe was doing reverses all the time. That was his thing. Like it was a known.
Fair enough. Because even when he caught the alley and he done the little like what Kobe does, like, you know what?
No, it's wholeheartedly true because from when LeBron didn't do it, LeBron came in 03. Yeah, he should have done it his first year, just got it out of the way.
Yeah,
first couple of years should have just done it, got it out of the way. I don't think the second he got 2 wham, he couldn't do it anymore because granted he could do all the reverses. That's in-game dunks.
Yeah,
and he could probably do it East Bay, but beyond that, like I don't think he would have won it. And then no one wants to go in there and not win. Kobe went in, did his thing, won his. Obviously, Mike won. I think he won one of them. I don't know if he won both of them. He might have done. I don't know. But Mike's won a dunk contest as well.
Yeah,
I don't think LeBron wanted to do that to himself, and that might be one of the only bad things I'll ever say about that man. But it's so true, bro. Because the second LeBron didn't do it after a certain period of time, think about the stars after him that came, or superstars in the league that came after him. Kevin Durant never. I mean, KD wasn't really a dunker like that. Yeah. Russ has never done a dunk contest.
True, and
Derrick Rose never did a dunk contest. Dwight Howard's probably the biggest player since.
Has Dwayne Wade done a dunk contest?
Wade never did a dunk contest.
He came the league before Bron, right?
Who?
Dwayne Wade.
They were same draft.
They were same draft.
Wade was the 5th pick.
Oh snap! Yes, they both
so,
came in 03. Ooh.
Bro, this is what I'm saying though, innit? Like there's been a massive absence of stars. Dwight Howard's probably the biggest player to have done the dunk contest since Vince in the 2000s. No, and I want someone to tell me if I'm wrong, and I openly do, because I know like McGrady's been in it. I think.
Yeah.
But I'm really trying to
they even tried to pay them $1 million each to get. I think it was LeBron, Kobe, McGrady, and Vince. I think, or
at the same time.
No. It was LeBron, Kobe, and 2 other Derrick Rose and someone else.
And they said no. Well, LeBron probably said no, and the rest of them said no.
I don't know what happened, but it just never happened.
It's a domino effect, man. It's the same way that like with the dream team in '92, and this is an extreme, yeah. But hardly anyone was trying to do it until Mike said he was gonna do it.
Yeah, fair
You
enough.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Fair enough.
like a lot. These guys have big egos in it, and if LeBron said he doesn't want to do it, a lot of them guys are gonna say, well, you know, if the best ain't doing it, what's the point in doing it? You know, it's not really worth it. Now, when you look at what it looks like today, guys like Zion probably won't do it. Guys like Ja will probably. I know he's chatting shit. He's not doing it. Zion's not doing it. Ja's not doing it. I know that for a fact.
But it'll be so good to get Zion, Ja, Levine.
Look, I think even Levine. I think he's had too many.
He's
had
fair,
knee
he's
injuries
won.
since then,
Yeah, he's won twice, so he don't really.
He's not jumping back in.
Zion, Ja.
Get some more young guys in it. I put Matt McClung back in it to see what it looks like.
Yeah, Matt McClung, Zion, Ja, and there's one more guy. I'm trying to think who.
It has to be a young guy. Anthony Edwards isn't a bad shout, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of. I can imagine him doing like hella windmills and stuff, but I don't know what kind. But he's athletic enough to probably be in it.
He flies, man.
100%.
Like he's got bouncy castle on these, bro. He flies.
100%. Like, it'll be nice to see a younger generation of a dunk contest in it, because I just think there's a massive absence of it, and I do have to blame LeBron, because I think he's been such a trendsetter in the league in terms of, you know, moving in a certain way and whatnot. I think a lot of guys saw him not doing it and said,
because even in like layup lines and all these things, you'll see him doing some nice. I'm thinking you could have gone that with the dunk contest at some point and probably won, or at least competed.
I personally believe, I think if LeBron won a dunk contest, it's because he was LeBron, not because of the dunks he was doing. Because I think you look at some of the dunk contest dunks that like have happened in like the last 20 years. I don't know how many.
But let's say 03, 04, 05, he could have won one of them.
Probably, yeah. When he was younger, like 18, 19, 20.
Before he went to the Heat, he should have done it.
Yeah, before he started getting, I'd say even before that. I'd say before he started getting wham, I think he definitely could have like done a dunk contest and probably won. Just off the pure, like if he started doing like mad shit like Dwight Howard, where just jumping crazy high and dunking the ball, I think people would have lost their heads. So, yeah, I do have to blame him now. I can't lie, man. Because before it used to be filled with superstars, not even stars, superstars.
Superstars, yeah.
Dominique was in it. Dr. J was in it. Mike was in it. You know?
You know what? When I first heard this statement, I was like, Stephen A, are you really stretching it like that
Nah,
again?
Let's be real.
I was thinking, then okay, let me really listen to what he has to say. And then I'm like, you know what? It is true, because there are certain caliber of guys after him who had just not done it. And this alone has created a trend for these young guys like Zion and Ja and others to just say, nah, it's not worth it, or pay me $1 million. And like, that's the thing. And if you want All-Star Weekend to really be All-Star Weekend's meant to really be the best of the best, from rising stars to shooters to dunkers, meant to be at least those things, to be fully competitive and have us on the edge of our seats. Like, how is he going to match this dunk? Or he just shot, boom, made 25 in a 3-point contest, and you know all these rising stars. So you want to see the best of the best competing in all competitions, even the All-Star game format and all that stuff. So you do want to do that. So saying no and not him, LeBron not doing the dunk contest, definitely has had a triggering effect. Whether you like it or not, it actually has. And there's no excuse, because he had time to do it earlier on. So
quickly, and I think the difference is now, I think the 3-point shooting contest has turned into what the dunk contest was. You look at the guys who have been in the 3-point shootout. I'm like, we're not even just talking about necessarily the star power, even though there's been loads of stars and superstars. But the best shooters are in the 3-point shootout,
I'm sure there's a point where Steph and Clay.
Steph and Clay were in the same one.
Clay,
Dame. Dame's done it. Ray Allen's done it. I've seen Ray Allen do it many times. Larry Bird used to do it. Like, there's a history of the best 3-point shooters always competing in it. This year, Jason Tatum was in it.
Yeah.
The guy who's potentially an MVP, probably won't win MVP anymore because the league's fixed. But we're talking about a guy who's like top 5 in MVP voting this year, who's definitely a superstar, was in the 3-point shootout this year.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, like it's not just like role players and bench players you don't really see. That's what the dunk contest is nowadays, man. Yeah. Like Trey Murphy's a role player. I think he's good. He has potential, but he's a role player. Matt McClung, who wasn't even in the NBA a week before the dunk contest.
Yeah, Jericho Sims,
who gets next to 0 minutes. Shout out to the Knicks, and then Kenya Martin Jr. as well, who plays on a very, very wild ass Houston Rockets team. Like, Like we're speaking on what it is, and it's true. Like the best 3-point shooters compete in the 3-point shooting contest. Do the best dunkers compete in the dunk contest? And aren't any of them stars, superstars, or anything like that? Like we said, Steph, Clay, Dame, Jason Tatum, Ray Allen. Names go on and on every single year as well.
Yeah, they really need to pattern up this dunk contest, man. Like a dunk contest with Ja and Zion alone would be so good to see as well.
100%.
That would be competitive, and
100%.
they've got to change it, man. Like they've got to, with the dunk contest. I say it starts with the players. They really need to actually go in and compete.
Yeah,
like do it there. It has to be done. Otherwise, this dunk contest is just gonna literally find. So if you're gonna get star players to compete, or if they're moving mad, then cut that privilege away from them and bring in pro dunkers.
yeah.
So at least then maybe they can be like, you know what, I actually want to compete, and maybe that might happen, maybe it might not, but it'll give a chance. At least you'll see some better dunks from pro dunkers than this flipping half-hearted performance. Besides maybe one or two actually going, because even last year dunk contest was terrible. That one was like I didn't care who won. Like that was cheap. So that definitely 100% needs to pattern up. But definitely let us know what was your favourite event of the All-Star weekend.
If you had one.
Yeah, if you did have one. And as you're letting us know your favourite event or your rating of the All-Star weekend, just if you've gotten to this point, just making sure that you are sharing, subscribing, commenting, following the pod across all social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everything in the bio. Yeah, so just make sure you just...
You say bam on the bio.
So yeah, just make sure you're clicking these links and you're supporting us, man.
Sorry, while I said bam on the bio, fuck that American news presenter who's slated all of the African NBA players' names. It was embarrassing. I don't know if you saw it, bro.
I don't think I saw it.
I'm gonna get the clip because she was taking the piss.
Play. If you have the clip, play the clip. Play the clip because what's going on?
Or hit the best basketball players in the NBA will hit the court for the annual All-Star game. It seems international players, though, are taking over. 9 starters in the game are international players. One of the captains, of course, know his name well, the NBA legend LeBron James. On the other side, you've also got Greek-Nigerian superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's on the far right in this picture here. He's not the only All-Star with ties to Africa. The Raptors' Pascal Siakam and also Joel Embiid from the 76ers are both from Cameroon. And Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat.
She got that Adebayo, right?
Nigerian. Even the halftime show.
Hang on. This was CNN. Fuck CNN as well, because they got a black woman to do this, so they didn't get backlash for it. But bro, Pascal Siakam.
The thing is, like, you can
say Popovich. You can say Mike Krzyzewski, but you cannot say Siakam.
The thing is, you can easily go into YouTube and just type in a name. You'll hear the announcers.
These guys are millionaires. People know how to pronounce their names.
Come on, man. I said Pascal Siakam. Antetokounmpo. Oh my gosh, nah, man, that's moving mad. She was moving mad. Yeah, CNN. Sorry, CNN.
Go to hell. Go to hell.
Oh, all right. So, there's been some moves, especially in the buyout market. There's been quite a lot. We've got Will Barton. Where did he go? Did he end up going to the Suns? I believe.
Did he?
I think it's the Suns. Or I'm sure it's the Suns.
Big move for the Suns if he did.
I'm sure Will Barton went to the Suns. Obviously, Reggie Jackson's gone to the Nuggets.
Pat Bev's gone to the Bulls.
Yeah, Pat Bev's to the Bulls. Apparently, it was between Bulls and Warriors. And I was thinking...
Yeah, I saw him say that.
But I think it was just the Bulls, but I don't know what the Warriors are going to do with him there. But so
RJ Hampton got picked up by the Pistons. Yeah, he got dropped by the Magic. That's wild, you know.
I can't lie. Can I be honest? It was about time. No, because he flipping sucked.
It's not his
for
fault.
So long.
Do you know what? I don't
the
think
Magic made him suck.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Pause. But
no,
the Magic.
Hey yo.
Yeah, I literally, when I said it as well, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Hey, yo!
Yeah,
My
no,
goodness.
The Magic didn't bring out all his abilities, and
They have
gave
too
him
many
the
guards on that
yeah.
team as well, bro.
The thing is, there are too many guards who weren't point guards. So your best bet was to actually be a pure point guard on that team where
That's
you could have.
That's not
And
him.
plus, Markel Fultz has literally been on a revival thing. So yeah, so
That's,
but he got
that's poor drafting, in my opinion.
who's
The
he?
fact that
Dodge to get picked up by Pistons.
Pistons, who
Okay, cool.
so who even that's not a great move
Yeah,
because
I mean, Cade is a pure point guard. So that's
Killian Hayes
fine.
is trash.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to replace trash with trash. So at least Killian Hayes, he's
I think they're in the same draft.
yeah, but Killian Hayes is cheeks. He's been cheeks since he had that hip injury as well. Because at first he wasn't too bad.
No, he's been cheap since he got to the league.
I think that's when he had one good game and then he just cheeks after
This
that.
is why NBA scouts are apprehensive about drafting international players because they look sick in Europe and then they come to the NBA and it just doesn't. He should go back to EuroLeague and just enjoy his life because
Yeah.
you know apparently that's the most difficult league in the world to play in. So
Yeah. Well, some say yes, some say no. What
Uh-huh.
can you do? But yeah, okay, RJ Hampton, at least he'll get some minutes there. Maybe he can do something there. That'll be all right. But before the main, was there any others?
I think those are the biggest ones I saw. Anyway.
Myers Leonard, is it?
The racist, yeah, he might. I'll be honest, yeah. If he gets back into the league, yeah, I'm gonna lose my head because Kyrie Evans still covering up his Nike tick on his crepes. On his signature shoe, he's covering up the Nike tick
Yeah.
for sharing a video. Myers Leonard outwardly said, yeah,
A racial
derogatory
slur.
term,
Like he directly insulted the
No.
Jewish community.
100%, a race and a religion of people.
And you don't know that you won't. That slur is not like it's a random word. You're gonna know what that means. 100%. I'm serious.
I had the thing is,
I didn't know,
bro. I'd never heard it as
I've
well.
never- that's what I'm
Do
saying.
you know what level of racist you have to be saying
a word that people don't even know, and it's like,
what?
nah.
What?
He went into the Nazi research books for that word because there's no way. Like that's crazy.
He was reading Hitler's journals to find that
Like,
one.
and the things, the way he paused, and it was like at that moment he was processing what word can I really say to really insult, and that racial
Yeah.
term.
I bet you the N word ran through his head.
Oh, 100%.
He's like, no, I can't. The league's too. Let me run with this one instead. Crazy guy. If he gets back into the league before Kyrie's forgiven, all hell has to break loose.
Yeah.
All hell has to break loose because there's nothing you can tell me about it. What he did is 1,000,000 times worse than Kyrie. You're telling me he's getting.
And all he done, what was that? Julian said it. He met up with leaders of it. I didn't see no payment of anything.
Nah, bro.
I didn't see no money.
Obviously,
being
he
paid.
got dropped out of the league though. Like that did happen. So, but yeah, no, I think. Oh, also Nate McMillan got sacked.
Yes. Yeah, he got sacked. The Hawks are having a poor season. Was it enough for him to get fired?
I'll be honest. Yeah, I think the fact that they traded a lot of draft picks to go DeJounte Murray and they're no better than they were before the trade. Really, like I'm gonna have a quick look at where they're.
Even from last season.
This is not that much of an improvement in it, and I think that
Maybe.
kind of speaks more volumes as to what their real problems are. The
And
Hawks,
usually it's the coach because he has been beefing Trae Young as well.
oh yeah, they've the whole situation where Trey missed the game and then apparently it got publicised and it shouldn't have been. The Hawks currently the 8th seed.
Yeah.
Um,
Or the 8th seed.
yeah, they're currently they got a losing record. They're 29-30, and they're like 3 games behind 7th, which you know they're closer to.
And
They're
who's-
closer to the temp. They're closer to like the 10th seed. Than
Who's
they are
9th
to the-
seed? Who's 10th? Who's 9th seed?
9th seed is Wizards. 10th seed is Raptors.
But how many games behind are the Wizards and that from?
0.5 and 0.5. So like, yeah, it's close. That's what I'm saying. They're
Well,
closer to the
They
10th seed than they are
in
to the.
territory anyway. So
That's what I'm saying, brother. It can get dicey in it. And I think when you spend a lot of money, like the fact they're gonna have to pay DeJounte as well. Like his contract extension is gonna be due. I don't think he's gonna be a free agent, but he'll be due an extension at the end of the season. And they're gonna have to give him his money as well because they gave up so many picks for it. The fact that they weren't able to move John Collins as well, I think the fact that they were in limbo meant that you know they needed to start doing something. And I think you know McMillan had a good run at it. My issue is that so there's 2 coaches that have been considered for it. Yeah, one of them is Quinn Snyder, who I think is who shouldn't be. I don't know if he's actually a good NBA coach because of the whole situation that was going on in Utah. The fact there was a lack of adjustment. You're looking like Doc Rivers out there. If I'm honest with you, the other one, Ime Udoka. I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't want that for him. But if you get a job, bro, like, because that's the main concern right now, innit? You know,
Bruv, get email, man.
Yeah, man,
Bun it, get email. Like,
let my guy get some employment out here. You know,
yeah, man. You know, get email out there. Let's see what happens.
if he can fix that team around, I'll tell you what though. Won't mean a great deal, but it'll be good for him.
Because their sales definitely moving mad, man.
Yeah.
Neil Long was saying as well.
They didn't need to make our business so public.
Yeah, they didn't.
It's disrespectful, man. I don't know what that was about. I'll be honest with you. I didn't like that shit. We said it as well, like when it happened.
Yeah,
It didn't need to be so public.
Every party is liable, bruv. Not just one.
I think
Crazy.
something weird's going on in America because they're treating cheaters like they're mass murderers, and I don't understand why. Whose business is it that I understand because it was internal, it's different. But you agree, right? It's crazy. They're treating him like I'm not gonna say anything. What I got to say, mad. But they're treating him like he's walking around with AK-47s. All the man did was a little bit of cheating. It's true though. Just a drop of cheating, you know.
Man said a little bit like he touched her leg and said, "Yeah, that's all, bro."
Nice.
But it's just one of the ones where that stuff should have definitely been private, man.
You don't think these other white head coaches are cheating out here?
Oh, there's it's been out there.
The
There's
NBA players
been
get
stuff.
fined when they cheat.
No, they don't.
So why's the head coach? Tell me that. It's a good point though, right?
It's a good point. And
Are they getting suspended, bro?
boy,
A lot of worse things have come out about some NBA players, and I'm telling you what, they haven't had what happened to Ime Udoka.
my gosh. Someone said one of
Bryn
my friends.
Forbes. You talking about Bryn Forbes?
No. Someone said it to me recently as well. I need to find it because it's a madness.
It's about a current NBA player.
Yes.
It's not Bryn Forbes.
No.
Do you know who Bryn Forbes is? Because I think it's Bryn Forbes.
Maybe it is. Hold on, wait.
It's the guy whose girlfriend was a thing.
No. What was a what?
His girl was a
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
My lower back hurts. Okay.
Pause.
Oh.
We're locked back in.
Yeah, but the biggest story of the buyout market
Uh-huh.
is Russ. So he got kicked out of LA, and
Try to say no more parties in LA.
yeah, so he's kicked out of LA, and he got right back in, but he's on the other side of the water.
Listen.
And yeah, he had a lot of things to say, saying obviously it's nice to be in a place where players and people actually want you there.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the Lakers, we know that the organization didn't want him there. Darvin Ham tried to kind of do a little like, yeah, Russ, you lot are saying all this about Russell, I'm going to back him, which was cap because
It wasn't. I think Darvin Ham did actively try to make the situation with Russ work. I think him moving Russ to the bench was one of the best things that happened.
but yeah, it
to
was
Russ.
because Russ actually played very well.
Crazy
I feel
well,
like
bro.
6 man of the year.
They're saying he is 6 man of the year right now, isn't
Literally.
it?
So honestly, so with that, it's like, okay, who really wanted him out of LA? Because it seemed like, hey, I ain't saying, but
I think organizations. I think
yeah, organization, but I also think a few players. Said,
100%.
Yeah,
I think LeBron said no.
I think
enough is enough.
LeBron was saying that because when the trade happened, it's like, yeah, now we got the pieces that complement each other.
It's true.
So that was shots, pew pew. And I think also AD as well was like, you know what, like Rush, you are my guy, but this isn't
Yeah, they
working out.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So depending on how that came across as well, if it was a conversation, because I think personally, I think a conversation with AD and LeBron should have definitely, if it wasn't, it should have been had, because they have had conversation off season. Yeah, we're gonna make it work and all this stuff. So if it's not, it's like, you know what, Russ, I'm not gonna lie, is not working.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know you've moved to the bench and everything like that stuff, but it's not working. The situation is not getting better. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, an organization, because there was trade rumors throughout, and I'm sure they probably didn't say anything, and then boom, they just traded him when they got the chance to. So if they at least let him know,
The fucked up thing was that they traded him to Utah.
that's the thing.
That was fucked up. I'll be honest. That was fucked up.
And that's the place where he's had the most incidents.
Yeah. That was a big incident that happened. I remember that one specifically.
Yeah, it was mad. And even those, I think they got banned for life.
Good.
Yeah, they got banned for
Good
life,
bums.
but it's mad. So, but I believe they'd probably done it because they knew that they're gonna buy him out, and then he can just go anywhere.
Either way, man, I just think I get and the thing is they made really good moves to make themselves better. Getting D'Angelo Russell from Minnesota
Yeah, that
in a
was really
three-way
good.
trade, and also getting Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley, very very good additions to the team. And it looks like
Able
right
to
now
get
it
Mo
could
Bamba as well. 'Cause,
yeah,
with
bro,
Pat
very
Bev, yeah.
very very good moves. I'm sorry, I get that, but. And it's a business, so I understand why it had to happen. But just the history behind it is fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucked up sending him back to Utah. However, my boy landed on his feet. Russell Westbrook is now an LA Clipper. He's back with Paul George, who had his best NBA season
did
next
with
to
him.
Russ.
Robert Covington
Yeah,
played with him. Eric Gordon played with him as well.
in Houston. Yes,
Yeah.
they did. Yes, they did.
Yeah, so he's back with some familiar faces
Mhm.
because that's gonna work well, especially if he's like running with the second unit.
I think Russ could run with the first unit, to be honest.
No, yeah. So obviously the aim was, I believe they said that the aim was that he will,
Start on the bench.
that he will come off the bench for a few games to work his way to starting,
Yeah.
just obviously get the feel. And I hear it because initially you're gonna want him to start. You know, if it's him, Paul George, Kawhi.
I think we'll still start Marcus Morris at the 4 and then
Yeah,
Zoo
and
at
then
the 5.
Zubac, and then obviously you got Plumlee to. I don't. Obviously just for size.
We've got a very very deep in terms of like I say deep one in terms of like yes they're good players, but also in the fact that there's a lot of them.
Yeah, because you could put.
There's gonna be guys who probably deserve minutes that will not be playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, like Terrence Mann has been doing a good job as the point guard, but obviously I can say this is regular season and such. And I'm not saying that he's not adequate.
Yeah,
for
but
it.
we need
But
options
you need
for the
a-
playoffs. 100%.
Yeah, because like Russ has had tons of experience in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think having obviously Paul George, who he really deferred to or let him kind of
Yeah.
do his thing. So now having Paul George there along with Kawhi keeps good tempo. It's not like he will have no reason to be erratic, Russ, because like you've got two closers next to you.
Yeah.
And even if you're just bringing up the ball to Paul George, or even if Paul George is bringing up the ball and then Russ is kind of going to a corner or something for a down screen or whatever to cut to the basket, because they've got that chemistry already. So I think it's a very, very good move for him. I think he's going to thrive a lot because he's going to do what he loves, because they want him to rebound a lot. So he's going to work. He's going to get rebounds. He's probably going to get 10 rebounds. I think he's going to be like high.
It'll be tough because Kawhi gets a lot of boards and Zoo gets a decent amount of boards as well.
True, but now
100%.
But now it'll be a thing where, obviously, yes, Kawhi can crash the balls, but he can kind of be both, because he could run the floor or crash the balls, because you know Russ is going to be up there for rebounds, and you've got Zubac as well.
Yeah.
Or even if it's the other way around and
you're right,
Russ
you're
is running the lane. So it's going to work anyway, because if he's in a position, he will get the rebounds, running to lane. And on top of that, his assists, having shooters around you, Paul George Kawhi is going to be nice. Two-man game with Zubac as well will be decent.
I'm excited for that. I'll be honest, I'm excited because I've seen what he did with Steven Adams, and everyone's seen Steven Adams today, and like he's not. Steven Adams, I don't think is any worse than he was before. But Russ made that guy look like he could be Russ got Steven Adams 20 mil a year.
Yeah.
You can't tell me anything else. He got Steven Adams 20 mil a year, and I'm hoping that Zoo kind of works that pick and roll with Russ.
100%. Yeah.
Let me tell you why I personally think that Russ will succeed in the Clippers.
Yeah.
Because he's not a $50 million player anymore.
Yeah.
He's still getting his 50 mil.
Yeah.
He's got to collect his money from the races. Probably a bit happy about that as well.
Yeah.
But that is so much pressure to have on your head. The fact that, this contract, everyone looks at you as the contract as opposed to the player. It says, well, I know in LA they were like, the lack, at one point it was the lack of contribution that he was putting in. It was like, bro, we could have two guys who will contribute for the amount of money we got you. We got Russ on the minimum.
Yeah.
We got Russ on the minimum. It's easy breezy, bruv. It's cool. We're good. So when we got rid of Reggie, I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss this guy. Like, I think that's someone who I've seen in the playoffs has contributed crazy.
Yep.
But Jerry West had a plan. Jerry had a vision.
Yeah, you got rid of literally Reggie, and he got rid of Reggie and John Wall, and he's like, well, what
Yep.
the heck? But then bringing
I was
in,
concerned. I was like, we need a floor general. We need a point guard. And
now you've got a pure point guard who is still athletic. And the thing is, not only is he athletic, and obviously he's good at finishing, and I think he has more confidence in his jump shot. But obviously, we don't need him to do
That's
that.
not what I want from him.
Obviously, we don't need him to do that. But obviously, in terms of his strength, is there.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be good. But then also you got, I'm not gonna say a younger Reggie, but you got someone who's younger who can do what Reggie can do. In terms of bones.
Regie's younger than Russ.
No, so in terms of bones.
Bones,
yeah.
busy Bones.
Yeah,
Yes,
so you're gonna have busy
Okay.
Bones who's excited. So
but Bones is erratic. I've seen him many times in Denver be very erratic, but I like that shit. That shit's exciting. You know, I like the fact that he's gonna come out some nights and try and do some crazy shit, and it's gonna work sometimes, and sometimes it's not. I know I'm gonna be swearing a lot. I'm okay with that because he's young. He's like 20,
I
22,
think it's
23.
gonna be good with Paul George kind of in it because how silky smooth Paul George is with
Yeah.
the game. Like I'm not gonna. Paul George isn't erratic. He's smooth. So he's made kind of like if someone was erratic and became under control, it'd be like Paul George. And I think having someone like that to be silky smooth, Paul George there.
Bro, we got
So,
vets.
like,
We got vets who's gonna. We're the opposite of Houston. We got enough vets on my team that are able to coach the younger guys. I need to know what's gonna happen with Brandon Boston because he's definitely not getting minutes anymore. Like he wasn't getting minutes anyway, but he's. I don't necessarily say let's trade him, but like I want to see him develop in it. Whether he needs to go to the G League just get minutes because he doesn't play, and I saw signs of him last year when Kawhi wasn't playing. That guy can play.
Yeah,
Like he's good.
I know. Boy's too busy sleeping with guns and crisp in his car, bro.
Who?
Brandon Boston.
That was a Brandon Boston.
Was that not Brandon Boston?
No, that was James Booknight, bro,
Oh, snap.
from Charlotte. That wasn't my guy. What? Don't do that to him.
Oh, I was about to say,
Don't do that to Brandon.
say.
Don't do that to Brandon. Come on, man.
That's crazy.
Nah, that was Booknight. Fuck that nigga as well. Trash.
But yeah, no, Brandon Boston. It's gonna be peak. Like,
What? All right. So, what are we gonna be in the playoffs? Because that's all that matters.
You're the 4th seed right
Currently the 4th seed. Yes. People weren't paying attention, but we've been winning games.
now.
My guy Kawhi is playing some basketball right now.
Yes.
Kawhi is playing some basketball right now.
He's back to efficient, aggressive.
Yeah.
Like
And he's relatively consistent, I would say. I'm pretty sure he went on a run of having like between 25 and 28 a game for like 6 or 7 games.
There's
Like
a lot of games on tonight, boy.
Yeah. NBA's back tonight. Kawhi's been locked in. I like to see it. I like to know the fact that, you know, I think it was. I think I said it as well. You could see at the start of the season that he was a bit, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not.
You just need to get
hesitant. He needs to get used to it, and I think he's played himself into NBA shape now. I
Yeah.
think he's ready. I've seen Paul George have sparks as well. The fact that he was an All-Star as well means quite a lot. Paul George is averaging, I think, like 23 or 24 a game. If between those two they can fucking stay healthy and lock in, give me Russ now to be a distributor. I don't want Russ taking a single jump shot though. All Russ's buckets needs to be layups and dunks.
That's fine.
I don't want anything else. We don't need anything else. You know, make Zubac better. Let Paul George play off ball.
Yeah.
Let me see him get back to that kind of thing where he plays off ball. I understand Paul George has a bag, he can dribble and all that stuff. If he needs to, he'll do that. But Paul George running in the lane, getting easy lays, same as Kawhi, getting easy lays is what's gonna make us a better team, make them better players. You know, I think Russ has the ability to kind of unlock this team in ways that we haven't been able to see so far, and give us someone who's gonna be, you know, running with their head up, because we know what Russ is. Russ is the kind of... Russ ain't triple-double Russ anymore. However, we saw times coming off the bench that he was still getting close to double-doubles and triple-doubles. If Russ can give me... Because I don't think we need a crazy... We're bad on offense, so like our points are not great. If Russ can give me 13 and 7 a game, I would say I think we can make it to the NBA Finals. If Russ can give me 13 and 7 a game. Yeah. I'll stick by that. If Russ can give me 13 and 7, I think we can make it to the NBA Finals. Because I think between Kawhi and PG, I think offensively, I think we'll be there. Defensively, I think on ball we're good. Off ball, I still see a lot of gaps. But I think Jerry did a great job at addressing the fact that we needed a point guard. We got someone who was available, who wanted to be in LA. And I think we're ready to roll, man. I really do. I really, really do.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna also say as well, is that he is available. So
Yeah, man. Like Russ don't really miss games.
he
Outside of that period of time where him and Pat Bev were enemies and Pat Bev was running into his knee when Pat Bev was in Houston,
doesn't- yeah.
Russ don't really miss games like that, man. So being available is one of the best attributes and traits and skills that you can have in the NBA.
That's very, very true. Talking about being available, we gotta talk about this guy because it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv.
Yeah,
So we gotta talk about one of the Ball brothers,
It's sad,
Lonzo
man.
Ball.
sad.
Now it's honestly such a sad situation, especially because he was really improving and really like being Lonzo when you first got to the Bulls. You were seeing how he was able to control the tempo of the game,
Yeah.
be a pure point guard, get everybody involved, construct the offense. On top of that, he was a very good defender as well. So Lonzo being a good defender, so he's on one side of the ball, great on-ball defender, can play off-ball defense as well. Being able to control the whole tempo of the game, get the whole team involved, and also improve jump shot, knocking down a lot of shots as well, is like, this is someone they really needed. And it was such a shame that we never got to see Bulls at their full strength. But Lonzo, Imni, gone. Because, brother, like, he's seen all types of doctors around the world.
I don't know what's going on.
And they're saying it's a unique injury. That's giving me Grant Hill vibes.
Sean Livingston. No, not Sean Livingston because they knew what that was. But yeah,
Fam,
Grant Hill's a good
it's
comparison.
giving me Brandon Roy. Like, it's really, really like, bruv, please, not my guy Lonzo, man. Like, he don't deserve it. Him not deserve. Him need to thrive. Sky high. I really do hope they like. I don't know what to say because it's so unique, and he has pain, running, jumping, cutting, like everything. Boy can't even go up the stairs without a little. Like that's crazy. How are you gonna? Bro, they just gotta give him a whole new knee, bro.
100%.
Literally, he just has to.
No. You're speaking facts. The problem I have with the whole situation is that he's not in a stable situation because Chicago, I think, are very much on the verge of blowing it up.
Oh, 100%.
I think the Levine and DeRozan experiment, as much as, you know, last year they looked like they could be good, injuries derailed them to the point where they haven't been able to come back from it, man. They have not been able to come back from it. And now you look at the fact that Vucevic is up, his contract is up, and I don't think they're going to bring him back.
Nope.
They don't see the point. I think Caruso is up at the end of this year as well. I don't see them re-signing him. I really think they're just going to go full rebuild. They're going to start Ayo, Dosunmu, and Kobe White together.
Yeah.
They're going to play Patrick Williams a ton as well, and they're going to see what players they can draft as well. They're in a bit of a sticky situation as well, man, because they just gave Levine the absolute bag.
Yeah.
Gave Levine I think Levine got what, 5 years, 200 or 5 years.
Yeah,
I want to
about
say
that.
220, but I don't think he made it all. He hasn't made it all NBA team, so I don't think I could get. But he got a lot of money in it. I think might have got 5 years, 190. Either way, Levine is on an insane amount of money to the point where I don't see how they're going to be able to not necessarily move him, but like,
5 year, 215 mil.
bruv, that's big piece. What's that? 43 a year.
Bro,
43 a year.
That's a lot of money, man.
It's not looking good, bruv.
And it's like the only thing they could really do, obviously, in terms of blowing up, is like get rid of Vucevic.
Yep.
Really and truly, this is what I'm saying. Teams like to do this where they're on the edge, they're lingering, they're in limbo. You
But
can't limbo.
You don't
It's-
win like that, bro.
It's either you make the move or you don't.
Because
Like
you start end up with what, like the 11th pick in the draft. You're not getting the stars, but you're just getting like the guys who might be good but probably won't be that great, and then like you're not really making the playoffs. You're winning like it's because then your star, any good players you have on the team, like Levine is not going to continue to be happy. Levine could be the next superstar. Whoa, Levine could be the next like borderline star player in the league to say, you know what, I want out. I think if Vucevic is just left to walk, I think they'll look to trade DeRozan, and then they'll see what they can do. They'll either try and trade DeRozan for a guy who can bring in and plug in with
with the roster that they have right now.
Well,
And
DeRozan's
Levine.
still got he's got another year left, isn't it?
Yeah, DeRozan's a free agent next season, I believe.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, what they because Vucevic is up, I would have said, look, make a move for Vucevic, make a move to get rid of Vucevic. NBA trade deadline. That's what they should have
missed that
done.
now, yeah.
They missed that now, but that's what they should have done. Obviously now it's got to be off season. Hopefully they can get something done. Well, actually no, because he's gonna walk anyway. So
The thing is, they'll be eligible to give him more money than anyone else. So if they bring him back, just know they're fucking finished.
yeah, they're finished. So like they should have traded him in a trade deadline.
Yeah.
And then done something with DeRozan off season.
100%.
Like that would have been your best bet because then at least then you could have built some pieces or got something. Like you could have gone and got rid of Vucevic and got yourself a Mo Bamba. At least he's young, athletic, and he can do certain things where you've got a young team around Levine as well. Of course, you got Kobe White and Ayo, but then you'll have Mo Bamba, for example, or whatever, and then so. That's the thing. They're in limbo, so now they're putting themselves in the hole because where are they now? What are they like? 17th seed.
That's the 17th seed. They're so bad they ended up in the Western Conference.
Like, where I gotta see where they are, man. They
So I was
are
looking at the
11th seed. Oh my days! And last year there was what 5th? Was it 4th, 5th?
I think they got
six. But
Yeah.
still, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's bad. The worst thing about it is I think Portland might have their pick. Either they've got Portland pick or Portland has their pick.
Oh, this is bad. Like, granted, they're 3 games behind the 8th seed. Bro, 3 games behind 8th and 9th seed, 2 games behind the 10th. So, like, and even then, it will be. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them in the play instead of the Raptors because that's just gonna piss me off. Like, I can't. Being honest, I'm sorry. I don't want to see Toronto in any sort of postseason activity. So, please let that not happen. But like, even so, playing, are they gonna win? Doubt it. I mean, like,
Portland have the Bulls pick for this season.
yeah, it's finished, man.
The Blazers. Oh no, it's top 14 protected.
But the Bulls are finished, man. Gerald, yeah, you got to sort your team out still. But the Bulls are absolutely finished. They're in limbo. So because of them being in limbo, they didn't make the right moves, and they've got to keep. Look, you've given Levine $250 million. You got to keep him happy. You got to surround him with people that compliment him. DeRozan, it's time to go, man. Like, I don't even know.
Where could so? LA was a spot that people were saying he could have gone to. I think
Now it's techie because Rui's there, so there's no point.
If
I mean,
they-
you could still and then have
if they created the cap space, it would be difficult to do. Like,
D'Angelo.
they'd have to extend Hashimura and then trade him. They'd have to work something out to get DeMar over there as well.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
don't see it happening, man.
hopefully he lands at a contender though, because you don't want to see what you saw what happened when he went to San Antonio. He went missing.
Yeah, I don't think he'll go through that again. But
Hopefully not.
I mean, I don't think it could happen. But the teams, I mean, you could put him up in. If the Cavs can do something there, you can put him there.
I would if I was Cleveland. I wouldn't do that unless it was a 1-year rental. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of. I mean, because you obviously got that nice backcourt, so maybe it won't be the best. But
Yeah.
Philly could slide there if Miami are actually serious.
Yeah.
If Miami are serious, like I
Yeah.
just say, if it's East, literally Miami or Philly, because that's everywhere else. Like, you don't want to go to Brooklyn because they're on rebuild mode and they're just sort of like kind of there. New York, Julius Randle's there. He's ready. I don't know, man. New York, unless you're doing something where if they've just given up on RJ Barrett completely,
There's
which
no
I
way they
don't-
could've
They ain't
won.
gonna do that.
That'd be a great pickup for the Bulls though if they traded DeRozan and something else for RJ. Like, at least you get something
and
back.
even
I
in the
guess.
West, like, here's a shout for the West. Yeah, I don't know if they could do it or if it could happen. I'd need to check.
Yeah.
But a team in the West, I'd actually put him there, which needs a good veteran there, and it would be nice.
Don't say Houston.
No, to slide him there, but Memphis. If they can get rid of Dylan Brooks.
It's not
Get
terrible.
rid of Dylan Brooks, send him to China.
Oh my god! Yeah.
And then get DeRozan there. That's because then that's gonna be like a solid second scorer because Jaren Jackson
Yeah.
Jr. is not consistent. So between Jar and him, that's going to be nice.
I do see the fit in terms of like style of play. Like let him do his whole mid range thing. You got Desmond Bain on the perimeter, Jaren
Yeah.
Jackson pretty much on the perimeter as well, and Jar attacking the rim. Like that sounds like it works. Financially, I know it doesn't work.
It doesn't work financially, even
because I know Jar signed his extension, so that kicks in this
yeah,
year.
man. Obviously, being advocate like Memphis,
They're gonna have to extend Desmond Bain at the end of the
even
season.
Kings at this point, bro, and they're doing well.
That's not terrible to get him back
That's not terrible.
in Cali, I guess. I was gonna say Portland. I think
Oh no, man, no, nothing good should ever go to Portland. Again. Nothing good should go to Portland, and like at all. Like they need to get rid of, just send Dame away and do something else. Like not Portland. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. There's not a lot of like Sacramento's a decent shout actually. There's not a lot of teams
I
out
think
there.
Sacramento and Memphis are like the best shout. I would no. The only reason why I wouldn't is just because of it's annoying, but bruv, I would even look at Timberwolves, bruv. But
Nah,
someone
but
has to go.
But no.
Someone has to go.
I think it would be interesting to see him in Miami.
I think that'll be good for him.
If they, it would very good because of the lack of balance in Miami. The only problem is that money wise, because they paid Hero, they're not going to be able to afford it. Not going to be able to afford it at all. Miami are pissed.
Yeah, so let's even get into that since that's literally obviously Lonzo, we hope he can come back and do something. They're saying that he'll be there for the start of next season, but with his unique situation,
I'll put a lot
I
of money
don't
on the
know.
fact that Lonzo Ball is not going to be playing at the start of next season.
Yeah, I mean if he don't come back next season,
They're going to try and trade him, or they'll just release him
yeah,
and try and get some money back. They'll do the whole injured player.
or maybe apply for a disability allowance thing.
Basically, that's what it is.
So, but yeah, hopefully, man, prayers up to Lonzo. Hopefully that knee can get right. And
Yeah, man, it's not nice to see, especially because I think he was looking we saw the best of him in Chicago.
Exactly.
You know, we were starting to see what not what Magic was saying about your Jazz being a Raptors, but you being a solid starting point guard in the league, contributing, playing great defense, and distributing the ball.
Yeah, and that knee needs to get right because he wants to play defense, the lateral slides and stuff. Yeah, he needs to be on point for that, man. So yeah, hopefully he heals over this summer, man, and just be able to play ball. But yeah, for our last segment, let's talk about Miami. Like, what are they on? Because they're currently 7th in the East. Yeah, 7th, and
that's impressive because they were really bad at one point.
Yeah, above 500, so winning record. But it's just weird, like, to be fair, their injury, is been
injuries.
very crazy. Like, it's actually been super crazy where I'm just like, who is playing at this point? Like,
the fact they even have a winning record is a miracle. I think so. Miami are not even in limbo in my opinion. I think Miami are where they always have been. They've just won less games. I think they're
fair enough.
no better or worse than they have been in previous seasons where they've made a deeper playoff run than the same team. You know, I think Tyler Hero hasn't proven that he's reliable. Still, that Duncan Robinson.
So in terms of on the court or being available?
On being on the court. Not being on the court. On the court, he hasn't proven to me that he's reliable. I think they paid Tyler Hero because they kind of had to.
Okay,
because all of that year groups, their contracts were
and obviously what he was doing in the bubble.
The fact that RJ Barrett got 30-something million, kind of fucked him as well because they're like, hey, we got to pay this guy now.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was good in the bubble and he's had a few decent playoff games and stuff like that. But is this guy?
Scorer.
Huh?
He's their leading scorer.
And it's not a crazy amount of points, is it? This is Miami's problem. They're not good like that, bro. Like they don't. I'm not saying I don't know how many points this way. They probably do. It's distributed too widely though. You get what I'm saying? The fact that at one point they were relying on guys who hadn't been drafted, the guys that hadn't
averaging 20 points.
Tyler Hero's averaging 20 points. He's their lead scorer.
I believe so.
Is anyone else averaging 20? Jimmy's probably their leading scorer then, if he's only averaging 20. I just feel like that's not good enough to be your number one scorer. And I understand that people say, "Oh yeah, well, come playoff time, Jimmy does this, Jimmy does that," and then Jimmy works his ass off in the playoffs and can barely walk.
No, Jimmy is averaging 21.
Yeah,
Almost 22.
yeah,
Yeah, Tyler, what you on, bro?
yeah. But again, like your leading scorer cannot average 22 points and you be a serious contender for a team.
Jimmy always does
Bam's
in
probably
the regular
averaging
season.
close to 20, if not 20 as well, though. You know, that's the way that they're set up. They got 3 guys averaging 20, but Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are averaging close to that between 2 of them. Innit?
Yeah, Bam's 21 as well.
So I mean, so they got 3 guys averaging 20 points a game. Impressive. Don't get me wrong, it's impressive, but it's not enough. You need a certified guy who, go get me a bucket, go get me this, go get me that. But they all have holes in their game.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's bag is not deep enough offensively.
He's hard earning buckets, boy.
Yeah, bro, Jimmy Butler's a center in a small forward body. I've said this for years. He's backing down anyone and everyone he can, trying to post up every single time. That's what he does, and he doesn't hide the fact that that's what he's trying to do. The second Jimmy starts taking shots like he did last year in the playoffs, we saw what happened.
Oh, come on.
We saw what happened. I'm just saying. Awful shot.
He needs to.
He hadn't shot.
Sure.
I felt like it almost felt like he hadn't shot a 3 for about 5 years before he took that 3-point. Because I saw him take it, I was like, "What the fuck is this guy doing? Who gave him this confidence?"
He needs to definitely work on his shooting as well, because you can't be doing those hard earning buckets all the time. You need to be a shot maker.
The league has evolved, innit? And the 80s are no longer among us. No one's championing you for getting 40 points in a playoff game and they're all layups. I'm sorry, they're not because you've wasted time. Bam is not reliable offensively. He's still pretty reliable defensively, but you know, offensively, can I count? If Bam could average 20 in the playoffs, I'll be very impressed. I think they'll be a different team. And then again, I said to you, Tyler Hero, I don't think he's that guy. I think he's good. I just don't think he's that guy. And I'll tell you what, if Miami have fucked up and paid 2 white boys and they don't work out, woo! Woo!
Yeah,
It might be Pat Riley's time to stop putting gel in his hair, you know. He might have to start doing a comb over. 'Cause that boy is cooked. That boy is cooked. Watch, they're gonna pay Max Strus a lot of money to be a role player. Probably gave Vincent T. They're gonna give him some money.
They better not, and they still gotta get rid of Lowry, because he's
I think this is the last year of Lowry's contract.
100%
Terrible contract. Should not have paid that, man. I said it when it happened. Shouldn't have done it.
Should have never. And how can you come back and say, I'd rather help the team win? I mean, I could go out there and average 25 plus, and I'm just like, so you ain't doing that.
Ain't nobody want to see that.
No, but you ain't doing that.
Ain't nobody coming to see you.
And every time he has scored, he's gone for high amount of points. They've lost. Like, no one's trying to see you go for 25.
Yeah, Larry is not.
Just take your charges and pass the ball, man.
He's not here, bro. He's not here.
I don't know why they done that. But for my confusion is, have the Houston Rockets bought out John Wall yet?
No. You think John Wall could go to Miami?
Yeah.
Not a bad shot. Not a bad shot.
John
John Wall cannot stay in Houston as well.
That's another messed up thing.
Fucked up.
How they
fucked up. That is fucked up, man. After he was on that podcast talking, them boys are wild over there. They're doing the right shit. He thought he'd never have
That's
to
your
see them again.
organisation. You lot are deep, man.
It's a business, man. It's business.
That is on bad business.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked.
That's
it's fucked.
peak, but
it's fucked.
and the fact that Houston, they should have bought him out time ago, but they
I
haven't.
think they're gonna make him suffer a little bit, you know.
I think they're gonna say, because if he gets bought out,
but you know
before March 1st, he can be part of a playoff roster, innit?
Nah, they wouldn't do it like. You think they're that spiteful?
Bro, there's 1 week left.
Do you know what's fucked? The thing is, he signed a 2-year deal with the Clippers. So he's not on a 1-year deal. He's still got another year on this one. That's why I don't think he's been bought out. Yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked. It's fucked. It's fucked.
Oh, that's deep. And
I thought he was pretty good for us as well. I'm kind of sad to see what's happened. Quickly, while we're talking about the Clippers again, Tyler, you're on notice though. By the way, you're on notice because I've seen you do some nonsense. Why is our offense so bad? Our half-court offense is atrocious.
Yeah, so you got Russell,
It's Kawhi or PG running ISO the whole time, and it's disgusting to watch. I don't want to see it anymore. We've got some point guards now. Please sort it out. Thank you very much.
But yeah, nah, wait, John Wall needs to go to the office and say, look, I know you not heard the podcast and that, but please let me go.
Bro, he should just fake retire.
He's got, because, like, buy him out, man, because he put him in Miami at least. Like, at least he can do something there. I would say put him there.
Take him,
Probably
let him go to LA. Let him go back to the Lakers. Let him do that.
Go to he could do that. What, come off the bench for
who?
Because they already got Schroeder there, so what's the point?
Yeah, but D'Lo's the starter.
Yeah,
they could play a team. Bruv, they were playing 3-4 guards at one point last year. I'm pretty sure
they had to. Now it's like you
I
got
don't think they had
D'Lo.
to. They just didn't rate the other guys on the team. Troy Brown is still their biggest fraud that I've ever seen in the NBA. When you gave as well,
Flipping arse, man. He's
both of them two are
flipping
terrible basketball players, isn't it? So
sucks. Man.
you can't tell me you would rather run a 3-guard lineup with John Wall in it and
100%.
then play either of those two.
I'd rather have Schroeder, D'Lo, and and John Wall than yeah. But yeah, no, that's a messed up situation, man. Like the way he was openly saying about, I feel sorry for John Wall, man. And if they don't buy him out as well, they're gonna make him wait until next season. That's deep.
Disgusting behavior.
That's deep, man. Yeah, that's deep.
Yeah,
I can't lie, that's messed up. But yeah, that's the end of the pod. Free my boy John Wall.
Free him up, bro. Free him
up, John Wall. Clippers are doing some bad business there.
It's good. It was good business for us, but yeah, bad for him.
Yeah, bad for him. It was kind of peak, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, post notifications, follow us on all social media. Take It to the Podcast on Instagram and TikTok, at Take It to the Pod on Twitter.
Ronnie's just reeling them off.
Yeah, man. Follow all of us. Follow us on social, man. Follow the pod. Follow all of us as well on the socials too. We really trying to grow this year, and we will. And yeah, anything else to?
No, that's it. We'll be back again.
Yeah, we'll be back again, man. And as certain LA dudes can't be here, obviously got to do their roles and that because they're on load management.
I know what that brother's doing.
But yeah, we over and out, baby.